What's up you guys? Welcome back to The Fame, and a timeline about Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo's life in Los Angeles. In the 5 years since Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo have been married, they've lived a lot of life together. There has been travel, career changes, moves to 2 different states, 2 beautiful baby girls, not to mention the fact they've recently launched their own business. And while the early days of their life together seemed like a lot of fun while we watched it all unfold on Counting On, it seems like these two really started living when they moved to Los Angeles. Of course, it seemed like they did enjoy their lives in Laredo, Texas, but Jinger and Jeremy have really seemed to have hit their stride in California, and after all, Jinger has been talking about living in a big city since she was a little girl on 19 Kids and Counting. All of their dreams have come true. But still, we can't help but wonder what's really going on behind the scenes with this branch of the Duggar family tree. Confused about Jinger and Jeremy's Los Angeles life? Here, keep watching this video, from their beginnings as a couple to where they are today. Tying the knot. On November 26, 2016, Jinger and Jeremy got married in her home state of Arkansas, after a period of courtship and vetting by Jinger's dad, Jim Bob Duggar, of course. Their big day was every bit a fairy tale, and at that point, these newlyweds had no idea what the future would hold for them. Laredo life. As a newly married couple, Jinger and Jeremy made their home in Laredo, Texas, where Jeremy was working as a pastor. Though they spent the first year of their marriage enjoying newlywed life, they welcomed their daughter, Felicity, in July 2018, and they all seemed happy. Their big announcement. In 2019, Jinger and Jeremy announced that they were moving to Los Angeles so that Jeremy could continue his education with the church. Though they loved their life in Laredo, they both seemed so excited for this new beginning, especially in such a big city with so many things to see. House hunting. When Jinger and Jeremy made the big move, so much of Counting On was totally focused on everything that went into it, including their house hunting. On the show, we got to see them check out a bunch of really cool places, but they ultimately settled into a nice house the church was able to rent to them while Jeremy was studying. Exploring their new city. After moving to LA, Jinger and Jeremy truly seemed to be having a blast. Those who follow them on Instagram already know that their posts about exploring their new city were near constant. They were always hanging out downtown, on the beach, or catching up with the friends they already had in the area. Studying hard. After settling down in LA and getting comfortable in their new lives, Jeremy was totally dedicated to preparing himself for his future career as a pastor. He worked with Grace Community Church, and was also studying at the same time, sometimes even while hanging out with Felicity. Enjoying Los Angeles life. As the months passed, Jinger and Jeremy only seemed to love LA more, and their marriage seemed to be in a great place, as far as fans could tell from social media and their TLC show. Felicity seemed to be thriving there, too, though there's no doubt that they missed their families, who were far away. Family visits. Speaking of family, Jinger and Jeremy didn't have to miss theirs too much. Both the Duggar and Jeremy's parents made regular visits to Los Angeles, and in early 2020, Jinger even flew home for a girls' weekend with her sisters and their kids. So much fun. Their pregnancy announcement. In May 2020, Jinger had some big news to share. She was pregnant with baby number 2. After suffering a miscarriage that seemed pretty painful to her when we saw the footage of that time on Counting On, it was so exciting to find out that she was expecting again, especially since she was pregnant with a little girl, a baby sister for Felicity. Starting a podcast. In the first half of 2020, Jinger and Jeremy decided to do something new and started their own podcast called The Hope We Hold. Given that they were spending more time than ever at home at that point, they had plenty of time to dedicate to their new venture, which seemed to take off quickly. Evangeline's arrival. Just before Thanksgiving 2020, Jinger announced that she'd given birth to her second daughter, whom she and Jeremy named Evangeline Jo. Though they both seemed thrilled to meet her, it was obvious that newborn life was hitting them both hard. They both started to look tired, as parents of a new baby often do. Launching their business. Just days after Evangeline's birth, Jinger and Jeremy officially announced the new project that they'd been hinting at for a while, their online store. Called Hope Instead, the store sold items like candles and headwear, but it quickly fell off the map, leading fans to wonder if their business had quickly failed. Questions about Jinger. In the early part of 2020, Jinger stopped posting on social media as much as she once did, and fans became concerned for her welfare. After all, Jinger had always been all about Instagram, sharing pics and stories about herself and Felicity, and Jeremy, of course, but she'd suddenly dialed her activity way back. The state of Jinger and Jeremy's marriage. Another thing fans have recently began to have major concerns about? Jinger and Jeremy's marriage. They decided to take a break from their podcast as they adjusted to life as parents of two, and between that and the fact that they were both looking so unhappy every time they did post on social media, many fans were convinced things were not good between them. Is Evangeline okay? It wasn't just Jinger and Jeremy that fans were worried about, it was baby Evangeline, too. No photos had been posted of her since the end of December 2020, leaving some viewers to wonder if Evangeline had health problems, with many curious about why Jinger stopped showing her face. Where they are today, Jinger and Jeremy are still together and still living in California, but there's been a lot of speculation about what their next move is, especially because Jeremy is graduating in 2021. It's impossible to say what the future holds for this family, but hopefully, they'll fill fans in soon. Right now you guys, I want to know what you think about Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Vuolo's life in LA? Share all your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye guys.